seeding bracket, and then treat tomorrow as a single elimination bracket. The seeding bracket, whoever's first in that is just into the finals, second is in the semi-finals, and third and fourth play each other in knockout from then on. I've seen that done with a group to seed the 4 teams, and I've seen the 4th place team be in the final against the 1st place team. So yeah. You can have that charge with you and go, right, we took them and we took them, we can take everybody.
Yeah. It's definitely, I mean, it's definitely a format you see a lot more in, maybe other not just tournaments, but like scenes. I guess it's very prevalent in FGC, for example. It's that the go-to pretty much double elimination. But we again, it just kind of reminds us, especially when you're doing a loser's run. The loser's run is one of the hardest things you can ever do, because a loser's game is worth half of a winner's game, pretty much. And the physical elements coming back into play. These players are going to be tired having played more.
But it's those loser runs where legends are born.
Of course.
When that heroic rise like a phoenix coming straight back into the final.
Nothing quite like going out in round 1 and being on the verge of 0-2 and just taking it all the way to the grand final.
Yeah. Pansy and Nightfire will take us through Cargo, and we'll find out who our first grand finalist is going to be.
Thank you so much. Yeah, indeed. It's going to be an absolute pleasure to do this as well. I'm so excited for this one. I don't know what to expect. I think we've all just said, this is anyone's game. This is up in the air. Whoever wants it, gets it. We're going to find out who that is any second now.
Yeah, I'm very much looking forward to this match. Countdown timer should be coming out.
Yep, here it goes, 9 seconds.
And I think what I was seeing is some counter map plays. I saw some markings that they wanted to go east on Marsoc, and they had defensive set up on east on Volk. So we'll see ultimately what happens here.
Well, welcome to the final game of the day. This is the 3rd map. Winner gets a place in the finals. So much on the line here. And this map is real close quarters. This is no messing around. We saw passive play on it, but it's tricky. You are up close and personal with these guys. And it's relatively mirrored too. There's not much difference between either side. So this is a very even matchup. Already 1-for-1 trades coming out. Revive available for 1. Globochem do maintain numbers.
Really nice frag there. Plots is resable. And he's in a pretty safe resable spot. Lots of smokes protecting Arsenic here. He can get up back here and get this res off.
Brave moves. Arsenic could be the hero of the day. Comes in, gets the revive. Plots is back up, and he's the man just coming back into this.
Yeah, this long alleyway here, very important to hold. There's all sorts of different ways you can wrap around behind it, and if you get control of this east side of the map, it's really troublesome. There's all sorts of different flanking opportunities, and it doesn't bode well, so you kind of see them stacking up that east side a little heavy. Got 3 over there out of your 4 members on east. And
oh, here we go.
Yeah, some good shield work. I love seeing the shield work come out of Raph, and it amplifies the teamwork aspect of this game to the next level.
It really does, because Panzer's behind this guy too, so they're trying to work up as a bit of a team, a bit of a collective. Got to be careful under fire though. Suppressing fire will be a factor here. Position duly noted. Globochem, the position has been made and the angle is being held. You don't get away with that. Auto gets punished.
Gosh, that
Revive
was
available though.
Yeah, such a tight angle that was being held right there. I think all he saw was a sliver of Auto, and yeah, surprised I didn't see the double tap there to secure the kill. Thunder trying to make some moves happen here pretty close to objective. They should be worried about this. Here's some pretty aggressive calls coming out from Mob Squad.
That looks like a smoke or a nade there coming out, so that's again trying to just fight a way forward. You can see Globochem aren't resting on their laurels at all. They are pushing forward. They're being assertive. One of the players still down on the ground. Plots pushing forward. This guy is a menace currently. And now Thunder is going to try and do something back. He's going to try and make a play off the back of this one.
Oh my gosh,
he can't do it though. Is he? Can he? The timing. Oh,
wow! Thunder has 2 here. He's inside and he can cap right now.
This is
Turns
huge
around
play.
and Semper pushes up on him from behind. 1v1 situation right now.
They've got to roughly know where each other is to a degree. They've heard these shots. Or at least Semper's position's going to be noted, but where's that other player here? He's going to take a second, take a breath, toast on the other side. Revive potential, but will he have a second to do it? Does indeed get his teammate up. All right, 2v1, but I've seen our Semper do some great things. This guy has shown huge power in his play. The time is against Globochem in that aspect as well. They do need to make the moves here, but let's see what Arsemper does. He's got a nice angle to work with, but he wants more from this brave play and maybe going to get punished, and he does. Globochem pick up round 1.
It's how you have to play that map, unfortunately, when you're the last man left on Volk. You cannot afford to hold an angle and expect that a teammate's going to push there. You have to continuously rotate around the objective and cover essentially 5 angles that your other teammates will be covering, and it gets exposed and tagged right there. A nice Marsoc went on cargo for Mob Squad. Curious to see what Globochem's offensive strategy will be.
Yeah, discussion time to be had.
Yeah, absolutely.
Not sure what the plan will be here. This is it's going to be exhausting for these guys as well. I mean, they've been up there doing this for some time now.
Yeah, they've been playing a hefty amount of matches, to say the least.
That team kill feels like a lifetime ago now. That first
It really
round.
does.
You know, that was at the very end of it too. So these guys really have been grafting. You're going to see them take a second to catch their breath, discuss things before they go into that next round.
And all of these rounds have been going pretty long. We haven't really had any early 4-minute wins, 3-minute wins. Everyone's pretty much, if picks happen, it's going to slow down and they're going to wait out their time. The time factor helps with the panicking. You can catch somebody out of position if they're a little worried and about time crunching down. But I think it's almost, I'm not sure why as an offensive team you'd want to run down your clock. You'd think you'd want all the time to push to your objective and not be out, have a full 5 minutes to plan some smokes and try and push up there and capture the objective. But you know, it's hard to get into position fast enough sometimes with guys like Mob Squad holding really unorthodox angles.
They're so good at it too. I mean, you're seeing the lines that they're taking here. They are tiny, and some of the pixel sort of peaks that they're actually being able to deny have been massive. It's impressive to watch. And this is the mechanical skill that comes into the, you know, again, it's physical. You can see that. And it's strategic. You can 100% see that. But the reaction timing, the aim alone, like this is very, very realistic in the way you aim in this, and it is so crisp from these guys.
Yeah, it's really fun to see. I love seeing long-range shots from guys like Arsenic. It's like a real testament of your skill if you can land a long-range shot, and it really does feel good.
Ooh, knee-pads. Smart. See them just kind of...
Yeah. Well, you see the two different opinions on what you want to do there. Totally no knee pads where your knees are slamming into the wood, or padded up.
Those nice chinos didn't have that hole in it before the start of today.
You're right. You're absolutely right. When we looked at him earlier in the day, he did not have a hole in those pads.
Can we, I don't know, maybe when he stands up you can't see it so much?
Yeah.
I don't know, but I'd love that to be the case. If we can pretend that's the storyline and you guys just go along with it, that would be perfect.
Absolutely.
But it does seem as though everyone's standing back up. Thank you for the close-up. This is what I'm here for. Knee action. Woof. This is after hours sort of action going down, so we can show a bit of knee.
Yeah, it is. It's getting pretty late for these guys. They're pushing through, and this is the last round. The adrenaline's pumping, so they can easily keep the focus.
And we are back into this. Globochem are still leading 1-0. Mob Squad did get down to that 1v2. I think it was Arsem who was left alive in that situation. Couldn't quite do enough. But still, we'll see what can happen in this round. Globochem this time do need to be smart about this. Be careful. This should be their round, but this isn't. It almost doesn't feel like a normal map. The attack and defense sort of aspect gets slightly adjusted here.
It's it's chaotic, to say the least. I think is the best way of describing it. What you're not seeing is a lot of early frags, a lot of early nades. That kind of goes into the ruling where you can't throw a frag or a smoke within the first 20 seconds, or a frag or a flash. I believe that's still the ruling on this map, and that's why you're not seeing frags right at the start of these rounds, because it is such a close-range map. It would be effective.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. Yeah, and players starting to consider moves. The blue side, if you are just tuning in, if you have just, you know, it's North American time now. I know you guys may be getting back from work. If you know, whatever time it is, I'm just making guesses here. It's the evening, is what I'm going to assume. But the point is that if you're just tuning in, and you don't know this game too well, the blue side is on the attack, the red side is on defense. Let's put it that way for now. It's first to 4 rounds, but the first kill has already come in. Globochem punished very early on. Good angle coming out from Mob Squad, working the way up. Yeah, that's an excellent pick, and on offense, you definitely want something early like that. It allows you to kind of open up some angles, and another trade there. Toast is resable, though, so something in favor of Globochem there. Otto probably will rotate around. He checked his pad, and you can see when you look at your pad, a plus sign or an X, so you can identify if that person's resable. Got to be careful en route, because look at this guy watching this push over. And this could mean issues now going forward.
Squiggin's been up at this position the entire map, and now he's deciding to push forward with the rest of his team.
Auto might hear this.
I believe he's moving slow enough, and that's really cool. Reaches up,
Smoke
grabs,
trail.
relocates the smoke. And it actually turns Otto's head. He thinks it came from over in that direction.
It's a very cool feature. Auto now a bit worried. He's got pressure on both sides. He's having to depend on his teammates to lock down a lot of these angles. If he oversteps one side, he will be picked up. But there's players now pushing their way forward. You can see them on the eastern side here. These two players on your map. He won't be able to see that directly, but there's a player just around that corner. He's being pressured for now from the player just down, as you can see. He is, knife's edge sort of performance here. Yeah. He has to be very careful to not overextend and get impatient.
Gosh, he probably has no idea Squig's here, and I'm sure, I don't know, it's going to be a slow play, but once you have Arsenic and Poopachu moving in, they're going to try and coordinate this push at the same time. It's going to be devastating if Otto's not ready for it.
Arsenic working his way forward now.
Yep.
Now this is where Otto's attention gets caught, and Squig can rotate in behind him. Gosh, they are just a thin piece of metal away from being in contact.
I'm wondering if Auto radioed in there.
I think
he might have heard him, yeah. So maybe hearing an opponent nearby, may have heard something, trying to relay information. This is what they discussed on the desk, and we've highlighted that's how you can communicate. If you feel this on too close for you to be able to radio in properly, you can click on towards the radio itself, and you can see the pressure play coming out here. This is going to be a very close angle, but down low, he gets the job done. That's going to keep a good position for Mob Squad building.
Yeah, Squig can cap right now. If he gets up there, pulls out that pad, he's in a perfect position to grab his team 2 points
like he's
here.
Doing it. Pads out.
Ooh, gets tagged. Pants, really key movement there to get up into that objective. And more shots coming out towards him. He's going to have to win a trade here.
It's a 2v2. We are back all even in this situation. We still have Arsenic picking up a weapon now, getting himself ready to go. You can see him loading it up, hoping he's got a bit of ammo to play with. I don't know if he has much to actually reload to. Not too sure. He's going to look around for some clips, some ammo to be placed. You can see him rifling through it. He might be down to the pistol again. There may not have been an option there for that.
Tunnel. There's a guy tunnel far left.
Calls from Semper, really important. If they can identify, or sorry, Thunder, I think. He was identifying Semper there over on that side. Pants also confirming that he's over there. So they know where one is, but that could cause a little tunnel vision situation here. You can see them both trying to focus on our Semper over here, while meanwhile in the background, there's a potential for a flank on the objective. Or not. Pants instantly shutting that down. And now we're going to have this trade here. Thunder knows he's in this corner.
Yeah, this is going to be hard to play out. Going to hear these steps. Miscommunication or misplay. Call it what you want, but Pants needs to go big, and he does. Huge work from this guy. Incredibly integral kills. And job done. That's a second on the board now.
Yeah, that was a really nice Volk W. They can go into this next Marsoc round very likely with a plan in mind to try and get a cap. You can if you really want to it's okay to lose this round and die. So to play aggressively, do something unorthodox, get a cap, and win yourselves into the finals, it could happen right here. We'll see if they're confident enough in their skill level and their map knowledge.
Yeah, and so far so good for Globochem into this map. They have been very close rounds, though. We've seen 2v2s, 1v1s. I mean, it's down to the wire. It's you can't cut these two teams apart. You know, credit where it's due. Globochem, they're winning. Can't take it away from them. They're sealing it when it matters, but you're seeing how close these guys are getting. You know, one difference, one reaction sooner, one different angle, and the game's all theirs. But for now, it does sit with 2 rounds favorably towards Globochem.
Yeah, now Mob Squad in the reverse position they've been in the entire series. They're going to have to be the ones to come back, and I think that's something that's really hard against this team, against Globochem. Once they have momentum, they are so powerful. And we'll see what Mob Squad can do here. They're on Volk, so they have that Volk advantage, but I don't know how much that plays into a close quarters map like this.
All right, it does seem as though they're not messing around this time. This is quick action here. This is right back into it.
Oh, shoot.
And a bad nade from Arsenic, bouncing it off the pole there, not where he wanted, but he could go relocate it if he wanted
and
to. Go over
that
there.
PG-13 calling. Oh, shoot. That's that's amazing.
The difference between, again, another difference between Mob Squad and Globochem.
Yeah. Oh, that's amazing. However, there's plenty of time in these rounds. You don't need to hurry too much, but this map encourages you to play quicker almost. It makes you want to do so.
Yeah.
And we'll be seeing plots Already pushing a little further forward.
Yeah, this is a... You have Raph leading with your shield, and this could be... Plots might be hugging the wall too much. If you can see that clipping, it's bad news, but Raph here pushing down this lane. He's going to make sure it's clear and then send Thunder and Co. behind him.
There's a huge alleyway as well. If you get down there with the shield, you're holding a lot of ground. That's massive. Now Pants being quite the linchpin player so far. Already picking up one player. Maybe not this round, but overall he's been doing wonderfully. But already one down for Mob Squad. Does not bode well here.
He's dead. No one in mid one. No one in mid one.
Making
It's
the call.
5-on-4.
5-on-4. Feeling confident in that. He's pushing on this. And there's another kill coming in. Globochem are picking up the pace.
Yeah,
Let's get these smokes going.
they're feeling good. Here come the smokes, like they're saying, and they're going to totally douse this objective, making it very hard to get in front. Raph saving Thunder right there by putting his shield up and blocking their grenade from going inside there.
Gentle. There we go.
Really close.
Nades, the smokes, all going up now.
Yeah, this is their objective to cap right here. This is what Globochem want if they're going to get into the finals. Mob Squad going to have to really hold some tight angles. You do not want to get picked so early like this because now, like I was saying earlier, they have all the time in the world to go prone and work their way up towards objective. You can even hear the comm levels picking up in intensity. These guys are feeling the pressure right now. This is the map to get into the grand finals. You're going to the losers bracket. You're competing through a slog tomorrow.
Arsenic was in a huge position to be able to hold this back, but he needs to be careful to not overextend. They are right on the doorstep now. You can see the pressure now coming back in. The trades are good for Globochem. This could be 3 on the board for them. One man stands in their way, and he's gone down. It's great work from Globochem. That is meticulous play. Throw that damn shield. That was so good.
Yeah, they are very happy with that because now they have... well, I don't know. I don't think the Volk advantage is real on this map, so it's anybody's ball game still. Yeah. And it's up to Mob Squad to try and pull something out here on offense. I don't know. A lot of early Volk picks are happening, so maybe they can pull something out here, but Globochem playing very well.
That was 4 alive at the end as well, right on the objective. I mean, these guys are playing a pace that I didn't expect, but on the other side of things, we haven't said much about Mob Squad because there's not much to be said. They are being steamrolled here. Now they'd been leading in the other maps. They've been up. They've been, doing what we expected. Really good play, very competitive. But now it's come down to this, and maybe they're out of their comfort zone. Maybe this isn't the pick that they expected to be left with. I'm curious what they banned out to kind of mean this was the option.
I think
so they went for Subway as their ban when it was down to the last 3, and then you saw Globochem banning Downfall, and then we were left with Cargo.
Right, a very smart ban from Globochem because otherwise this could be a completely different situation.
Yeah.
And you can actually see here a little more planning going on the board. They're taking their time here. This is the potential match point. They want to make sure they have a well-oiled strategy in mind and something they can go to.
Well, this is the time where either you get a nice bit of a lay-in tomorrow, you get to kind of relax, go over your go over tape, go over your research material, get into it. This is your time, and obviously get through to the grand finals. Keep in mind, in theory, minimum on the line now is $2,000.
Yeah.
You win this one round, if you're Globochem, you're through. That's the least you'll walk away with. The most, obviously more. And on the other side, Mob Squad, they need to deny it. Need to start now, and we are back into this one. Globochem will be on the defending side. Mob Squad have to make the moves, and it's time for them to do it.
It's going to be the same objective, and honestly, I don't think anyone's going for caps on this map. It seems like everyone's going for blood. The possibility of a cap just so unlikely with everyone moving so fast, and there are always such early shots. It's so nerve-wracking. Is there going to be an early pick right away at 5 minutes, 6 minutes in?
Yeah, currently as well, Pan sitting at 6-1. Playing very well for himself.
Yeah.
Putting up big numbers when it matters here. Being kind of almost leading from the front, it feels, with this guy as well. He does make so many calls. Very active in the way he approaches this.
Yeah, he's a very forward-pushing individual, and I actually didn't see him do a lot of this in the semis and finals, so I'm glad to see Pants feeling confident up here on the stage and pushing aggressively like he has been. It's the kind of play style that I like out of him, and I think it works really well with his really quick aiming style.
Well, this is quite quick for Mob Squad as well. A bit of a 2-1-2 play coming in and already punishment being made. Pants now moving up off the back of that. Further forward call being made.
If you didn't know any better, you'd think that Volk right now are on offense.
Yep. They flipped the script completely.
Yeah, and it's something that, again, these guys will do when they're feeling confident. They can ride that confidence so well. And if you're not ready for something fast out of a team that's beating you 3-0, you can have an early pick like this, and now you're down 4-5.
See Plot's trying to even that back up.
Right here, right here.
Com's been made, call's been made.
Behind this black box.
Thunder spotted. Both teams now knowing where at least 1-2 players are currently. Thunder trying to get some pressure going, trying to get a couple of connections, maybe keep him pinned, keep that suppression on. Maybe someone can help him out, but so far that shield is soaking it all up. The nade does not come through well enough.
Yeah, really close there. You have to thread that nade behind the shield. The shield completely blocking, and now you have Pupichu sitting behind the shield. Thunder knows it.
But he can't handle it.
Yeah.
That's a big pickup. That's evened it back to a 4v4 now.
Yeah, really nice job using that shield for cover, eliminating your bottom torso as an option, forcing the headshot. And it's not what you expect. You're looking for the feet.
Well, this is the interesting factor now, is that Pants is kind of isolated. You had that kind of forward player to support him and supplement that middle position. Now that flank's been opened, he's a little on his own. He needs to be careful. He needs to play it right. He can turn into a flanker, a bit of a backstab possibly going on. And he could just be a nuisance. He's holding ground, but also he's very easy to pick up. No trades available if someone pushes towards him.
He doesn't hear plots on the other side of this building here, and yeah, I think Pants is what he's going to do is he pushed up to an aggressive position that he could then
He's going to hear it now. Pants turns, he waits, and this is huge play again from this man. 2 kills already in this round. Been massive work. So that's another call being made. We're down to 3 for Mob Squad.
Yeah, Pants absolutely performing out of his mind right now. I think that makes him 7-0 or 7-1 in the series so far. If I would expect him to get up maybe 1 or 2 more in this map. I think actually he just went down though from a nade.
I'm not sure if it was a nade or some fire from the player who pushed up on the eastern side. He could have been pinched trying to fall back. Quite possibly. It looks like he was kind of out in the open. So we are back down to a 3v3, which in theory should play well towards an attacking side. You should always outnumber in theory, but
yeah,
theory doesn't always come through in practice.
Yeah, raw skill becoming the most important factor here. And what I like to see out of the shield guys is the use of grenades. It's a safe way to use grenades. You can pull the pin, peek out, get a nice toss right where you need it to be, and then come back in, sitting behind your shield. And I love seeing the shield work from these two, using it as basically a mobile wall.
Yep.
And that's how it should be used.
Creating new avenues of approach that they genuinely do need here, because if you've so if you set the marker in the back of your minds, a player like Pants has pushed up, you're worried that other players have done the same. So you're now spending time clearing a lot more angles, caring about a lot more positions you have to get through, whereas the rest of Globochem are relatively further back.
Yeah, and they only actually have 2 minutes left. You feel like you have to play this pretty slow. And nice shot over the shield again from Pupichu. That shield proving to be very valuable. These guys are using it really well. I don't know why it wasn't brought out earlier.
Yeah, this is a really nice combination. We're down to 2, though, for Globochem, who are on the objective still, holding this one down. Still the Eastern player pushing up as well. This duo looks like the main kind of slower force, the tank almost pushing its way forward, the brute force that they're using to lead the way. And that Eastern player could still be a problem. Raphael does get spotted, bit of contact towards him. You can see Auto probably trying to play the objective now. He needs to be on to hold the cross from that western side if they do try and breach forward. And oh my god, the timing on this angle could be massive. Surely not Auto.
Arsenic wants some pressure over there with some gunfire. Auto here with the nade!
Up and over. Does he go too deep? It might have just gone a little too far for them. Does just tuck in towards cover. They're okay for now. 1 minute 10 on the board, though. You're going to need to see these guys pick up the pace a little bit here.
Yeah, and they have that 3v2 advantage, and they are nicely pinched to collapse on the objective here, nicely positioned to collapse on the objective here.
We have a minute.
Raf, Otto, I don't know if they have the right angles to hold. I think Semper may be able to sneak in there and have Pat out and cap.
You need these two to get contact again. You need one player from the defending side to open up. That's huge from our Semper, though. That takes down one of them. And now one man stands for Globochem. It's Auto. 40 seconds to hold on. He picks up 1. He's got 2 more to find. Pupichu goes around the corner. Oh, he's got a second. It's down to a 1v1 now. Mod Squad are sweating bullets. Auto on the run. Where is our Semper? Can he hold on? He's trying to find a position. Surely he knows where our Semper is. Surely he's got an idea. He's panicked. His heart's probably beating.
25 seconds left. The time is crunching down. Mob Squad need this W or they are out of this match. They're into the losers bracket. Otto in a very safe position here, peeking out towards Semper. Semper sees him through the fence and they can't shoot each other.
Oh, Semper, what are you going to do? 7 seconds, 6, you've got to make your move, or it's Globochem surely on the verge of victory here. Mob Squad have run out of options, and they've run out of time. It's Globochem going through to the grand finals.
Wow, in the most important moment of a match, of a series, you lose track of the time. So unfortunate there. Otto playing so well at the end.
Incredible play.
Grabbing that shield pick was massive. That duo should never have split. If they had stuck together, that would have been a 3-1 game and we'd be still playing.
Wow. Auto at the end. You can imagine how nervous he was as well, running around after that 2 pickup. My word, what a way to close out today, but what a game from Globochem. From the heartbreak of the first map, that's the storyline I'm sure the desk will break down in a second, or after the interview, bear in mind. I'm sure that's going to be in the back of their minds of how this started off for them. They had a tricky start, essentially. Map 1 could have been theirs, and it wasn't.
Yeah, they proved they were, I don't know, I feel like they almost won all 3 maps in a sense.
Almost,
there.
yeah.
they kind of threw that first one themselves, but yeah, really great matches out of Mob Squad. I would love to see a rematch in the finals with these two.
Yeah, I'm wanting that too. I think after the caliber of game we've seen today, I'd love to see the mind games in the map pool. If it can happen, I'd love to see that. But we've seen so many competitive moments. I think this series has been one of my favorites. We've seen highs and lows from both sides, individuals stepping up from both teams as well. I mean, so many players. Arsenic was great. You saw Pants having a huge game as well. I don't even know what score he ended on, but he was sitting towards 8-2 before that, I think, towards the final round. So he really pushed the performance. You saw a lot of players doing the same thing. So I think every player can be relatively pretty proud of what they've achieved there.
Yeah, everyone on that Globochem squad pulling through at one moment or another to get themselves this series win. And now these guys are very diligent. They're going to go back. They're going to look at that footage. They're going to get the tape. They're going to break down every strategy and come at. I hope to see some new stuff tomorrow.
I'm 100% with you on that. I want to see what they can adjust in time, what they can work out, how much they can learn, because you can't change everything overnight. You need your sleep. But we'll see what they can do. And this is only day 1. Bear in mind, the big games start tomorrow.
Yeah, the real money matches, the real competitive rounds, the siding matches. I'm very excited to hop into those. I'm also pretty excited for the show match.
Oh, I'm looking forward to it too. I'm assuming you might be down there, but I think the stage is looking ready. I haven't been told they're ready, but they look real ready. Like, look at them. They look prepared. They look like they want to go. They want to have a chat to us. Production, do they want to have a chat to us? Should we talk to them? Can we talk to them?
Over down there?
Nah, no talking to you yet. Sorry, guys. You're going to have to chill out for a while. Soz.
I understand why you'd want the camera up here more. Makes sense.
Please. Oh. Word from the gallery. It is time to head down to the stage and hear from the winning team there. What a moment that was.
And yeah, it was a moment after all that, considering you guys technically won 8 rounds back-to-back on maps 2 and 3. And the biggest question for me is exactly what changes did you make to not drop a round throughout those 2 maps?
So the changes we made, I mean, it's not necessarily the changes that we made. It's just that we, kind of, when we have the pressure, like I said before, it turns something on in us. And we're so cohesive as a team that we just lock in, you know what I mean? And I feel like we need that pressure, I really do. And that's when I feel the most like alive in the game, and that's when we're at our best. So.
And do you feel like, as a team, you guys are very good at adapting to other teams' playstyles? Because it seems like, especially on this game, you could easily tell, considering 8 rounds back-to-back, it's completely unheard of.
Yes, and we've played Mob Squad before. We played them in the finals of this season, and it went down to the wire, went down to the last map. And so we do have a good feel for them, you know what I mean? And we've been playing them all season. We play them in public matches a lot during the week, just when we play regularly. And so I think that helped us a lot, you know what I mean? And because we kind of know how they think, we kind of know what they're going to do under pressure, and what they're going to do when they feel like they're winning. So it helps a lot. Yeah,
definitely. And one thing I want to point out as well, because obviously it was map 2, you're already down a map at the time, and you're already 2-0 down, and the things weren't looking too good, and obviously morale, momentum, not looking too great as well. Well, how were you feeling at that time, considering you're already a map down and 2-0 down in the second map?
So we've actually been in these kinds of circumstances a lot of times where we are down and it's not looking good, but we're very mentally resilient, mentally strong, and we just never give up. Even if it's the last round and it looks like we're going to lose, we'll never give up.
You'll literally just take it to the end until you can. Oh, I don't blame you at all, but congratulations, guys. You two and the rest of the team have made it to the grand final. And the next thing I want to know is how Matt and the guys think on the desk.
Thanks, Lethal. And, well, how do we feel on this desk? Well, I was right, is how I feel on this desk for my prediction that Globochem would win it, even though at some point I did jump ship and say that, all right, I'd moved over to your side of thinking Mob Squad could do it.
Well, you know,
So fluid is what that is. It's not indecisive, and it's not I don't know. It's just fluid.
Yeah.
It's just adjusting my strategies on the fly and changing tactics.
Your adaptation is top notch, sir. Yeah.
Thank you.
It was, I mean, we saw it, they had the map, which they did win in rather peculiar circumstances in the first place. 2-0 up, and then that immediate change, and it's just 8 straight rounds on the go. And, Globochem they realized what they needed to do, and they just kind of executed it perfectly. They were, always locking down and just choking Mob Squad at all times, and they didn't kind of get themselves caught out too much. It was very, very important for them to make that happen. And as you can see from these replays, just this was so close to Mob Squad here. They kind of had this, but look at that long range work there from Pants just to get that KO as well. They were really amped up. They're really excited, and they're feeling this. They're really feeling it, and they just kind of just did what they needed to do. It was meticulous. It was surgical almost.
Well, listen, this isn't an original thing to say, but some teams crumble under pressure.
Yeah.
Some teams get focused under pressure, and we saw what happened to Globochem. They were losing 2 points down then in the second map. And the pressure, what can I say, turns them into diamonds rather than crushing them underneath.
I mean, this end play here when Auto just went 1v3, there goes Arsenic and comes around the corner with an immediate KO on Poopachu, and then Arsempa just wasn't aware of time maybe, couldn't find his way in, and just Auto got the main KO he needed to prevent the uplink or the victory, and that was all she wrote.
But that's interesting to point out that Mob Squad, top tier team, second time today that we've seen them lose because the time ran out. Or potentially because time ran out.
Yeah, I think they have had these times. I think beginners, with their kind of their slower play or approach to that kind of mid game, can sometimes kind of throw you for a loop. You're not sure how long it's been going on. There hasn't been too much action. It's hard to gauge the time or how much has gone on. But that one was, I think it might have been the intensity of it. They're 3-0 backs against the wall. If you're the last player standing, you can't quite tell. It's you hear gunfire far away. You're not hearing.
He
your
clearly
teammates.
had no idea at the time until last set because he just went off for a walkabout, trying to find his angles, and everybody's screaming at him. You've got 3 seconds.
Yeah. But the thing is, when you know that there's very few enemies left, and they did know there was few enemies left, as in Mob Squad knew there weren't many Globochem left.
Yeah.
You are Arsempa. You hear fire on the other side of the map. I don't know whether he choked or something, but he should have been moving in at that point.
Yeah.
He should have been immediately up on his feet, heading towards that gunfire because it was away from him.
And also the case is if it is that close, you hear gunfire and it's not the game hasn't ended because you've won. It means that it's not going the way you want. You need to do something now.
Yeah.
You need to make something happen. And I think that hesitation just kind of went his way.
You can see on our stage here, that's some members of Globochem, the ones with the red names. With the blue names, those are Mob Squad players. That's nice to see after a contested game, one that then ended 4-0 and you could be feeling pretty sore about. That's Auto and Toaster in there. It's nice to see all the players getting together and, celebrating each other on a game well played, which put Globochem into tomorrow's grand final. There's your confirmation of their 2-1 over Mob Squad. So now we see how the losers bracket will be, and we can line up our games for tomorrow. We'll start with our losers bracket final between SMC Tactical and Beginners. The winner of that will stay in the tournament for a little bit longer. They'll make Mob Squad's opponents in the semi-finals. The loser of Tactical and Beginners are done. And then the winner of Mob Squad and whoever will go and play Globochem. So we could get Mob Squad into the final, and we could have a rematch of what we've just had. It'll be another best of 3 grand final with $5,000 to the winner and $2,000 to the runner-up of that. I wouldn't mind seeing some more between Globochem and the Mob again.
Absolutely, yeah. I mean, it was a fiery game from start to finish.
I wouldn't disagree with you, but I would love to see Beginners try and have another shot at Mob Squad.
Yeah,
that'd be nice too.
No against I hope the best for SMC as well, but I really want to see Beginners have a second shot because they learn quickly. Beginners are one of these teams that they'll go back, they'll analyze all the plays today. What did they do wrong?
Yeah,
and they'll come back in tomorrow re-energized.
Yeah, and I think we haven't seen we haven't seen SMC for a long time because it was two games ago. So we
that doesn't sound that many, but it was only the first thing we did, and that doesn't sound that long, and yet it's eons ago.
Yeah, it's quite a ways away. So it's going to be interesting to kind of see their play and what they can bring to the tables more against Beginners, who we have seen go up against the only team, well at least today. SMC couldn't really get too much into Globochem, but we saw a lot from Mob Squad really push that, and they're the ones who put Beginners down there in the first place.
Yep.
So.
Yeah. So you know about the games, but of course we are also here supporting Stack Up, an amazing charity who help US and allied veterans, and you can find out more about their work at stackup.org. Thank you to everybody who's been donating throughout the stream at esl.im/donate. We told you you can win an amazing Oculus Rift set with the sensors and the touch controllers. Delighted to announce that our winner is Kitten Mittens. Well done, Kitten Mittens. You are our winner out of everybody who entered. You get a brand new Oculus Rift, the 2 sensors and the 2 touch controllers. Kitten Mittens, that is all coming to you. Congratulations to you. Thank you to everybody who donated. And if you have and you want to donate some more, or if you haven't and you'd like to get involved, do please. There'll be more prizes for you during tomorrow's show as well. So join us for that and donate at esl.im/donate. All the proceeds going to the brilliant work of Stack Up. 3 matches to look forward to tomorrow. 3 best of 3s, all coming to you live from ESL Studios here in the UK at 3 p.m. UK time, 4 p.m. Central European time. Thanks very much to
Thank
Bo
you.
and to Radar, to Pansy and Nightfire for their great casting throughout the show as well. I've been Matt Andrews. This is the VR League Onward Invitational, brought to you by Intel. Join us again tomorrow. We'll make our way through and see who's going to be the grand champions of the Onward Invitational, but from a late studio here in the UK. And thanks for all your patience with the problems we've had along the way. It's good night from us. See you tomorrow.
When you commit to a path, I guess you were on your own. Follow your dreams to a place, a space, the grace that takes you home. I'm